Hi, this is Chris Slogar. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you can find me online at buckeyeinklings.com. Today I have this cute little Swirly Bird fun fold card. I believe this card type is called Twist and Fold, and I'm not sure who to credit originally. I think I've seen it on Split Coast Stampers, but it opens up like this. There's a spot for a greeting. Again, let me show you that. It can stand. It's an interesting little 3D shape, and again, it opens like so. So I just want to show you how to make the card base. I'm not going to go through all the layers right now, but let me get you started on that. Okay, so it starts with a half sheet of paper, 5.5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it at 2 3/4 and 4 along the long edge, and then I'll turn it and score it at 2 3/4. Oops, slipped a little. Alright, so let me set that aside. And just going to burnish all of these edges really well, both ways, so this card base will be very easy to fold. Oh, I almost forgot. We also need to add a couple of diagonals, and to do that I'm just pulling out my pierce mat, and I've got a straight edge, and you can see, actually it might help if I continue folding the scores that we made. You can see the score lines that we've made. We're going to use end points of those lines, and I'm just using the small end of my scoring tool, and I'm matching this point to the end point of that first score line at 2 3/4 and pushing against my pierce mat to create a score there. And I'm going to do the front side as well. Again, from that point to the end point of the first 2 3/4 inch score. Okay, and now that is the extent of what's complicated on this card, even though it looks more interesting and complex. It's not hard at all to create, and you can see I'm just burnishing well so that those folds are very flexible and ready to bend. I'm doing the diagonals as best I can that I scored. And then once I have those all burnished, what I like to do is on the longer side, I sort of make like a rooftop. Like if you can imagine, that's a little rooftop. And then I am pushing that into this flat section that is, I guess, comprised of the two squares. So again, got your little rooftop, and you're folding up the squares, and then this will press right into place over the rooftop, if you will. And there you have that shape. That's it. Okay, so I've decorated it, and I'm not going to go through all of the layers and have you watch me stamp and attach them, but as you can see, I've got a panel here which has this Bermuda Bay designer paper, and the Bermuda Bay measures 2 3/8 by 4 1/8, and then the Whisper White behind it measures 2.5 by 4 1/4. Now as you open it, this Whisper White mat also measures 2.5 by 4 1/4, and I just added a little 1 inch by 2 1/4 inch, 2.5 inch strip of designer paper in there too, just to make it fun. And then again, closing that up, It's very common when you close this up to end up like this. Just remember, the square panel needs to look like a diamond, so you do kind of have to push that in over the bigger portion of the card. Okay, and on the front I have Daffodil Delight designer paper, and that measures 2 3/8 inch square, and the Whisper White there is 2.5 inch square. Okay, so that's it. And then I used the Swirly Bird bundle to stamp and cut this little wreath shape. It looks like a nest too. And I used Thoughtful Banners and the Great Thoughtful Banners Punch. I think this is a must-have to create this little banner. So that's it. I hope you'll give that a try. As you can see, half sheet of paper, and again, we're making a roof top out of it once you have those scores, and just pushing the diamond into place over the top. So super easy, interesting, fun. It will fit in a regular envelope, so that's kind of nice too for mailing. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much.